Mrs. Gerber here. Today we're going to have day 2 of coding. So during our last class, we learned what the word coding was. And we learned sequencing, we learned that word algorithm, and you got to practice putting some of those steps in order. Now we're ready to really start trying some coding here. So we're going to be starting first with the Tacky the Penguin story. And Tacky's going to be doing a cheer that we're going to follow along each of the steps. Then I have a really fun Seesaw activity planned for you called Hopscotch Coding. 3 different levels from easiest to hardest that you will get to create your own code and have fun actually acting it out. Let's get started. Today we're going to read 3 Cheers for Tacky by Helen Lester, illustrated, that means the pictures, by Lynn Munsinger. 3 Cheers for Tacky. There once lived a group of penguins in a nice icy land. One was goodly, one was lovely, one was angel, one was neatly, one was perfect, and one was Tacky. Tacky was the odd bird. When they grew old enough, goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, perfect, and Tacky went to school. They loved books. They wrote their names. We can see goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, perfect, and Tacky. They learned their numbers. So each of the penguins here, 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 1 = 3, 3 + 1 = 4. And then we have Tacky, who has 600,723 times 1 = 92.5. I don't think that's right. One day at school, the penguins noticed a sign with an exciting announcement. Their class had been invited to take part in a great penguin cheering contest. Penguin classes from all over the iceberg would be there, and the team with the finest cheer would win shiny blue bow ties. That's great penguin cheering contest. Imagine what they could do with shiny blue bow ties. So everyone's imagining it around their neck. And this is what Tacky's imagining, tied around his feet. Right after school, goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect hurried away to practice their cheer. Softly and properly, they began. 1, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, right. Stand up, sit down, say good night. They did it beautifully, even the first time around. Then up waddled Tacky, a little late and a little loud. "What's happening?" he blared. "We're practicing our cheer, that's what's happening," they replied. 1, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, right. Stand up, sit down, say good night. So Tacky gave it a try. 1, 2, 3, left. ABC, right. Flop down. Roll over. Say what's for supper. "Tacky," they said patiently, "we are a team. And if you were on the team, you must be exactly like the rest of us." He wanted very much to be on the team. So Tacky tried to cooperate and move with a stiff upper beak like the rest of them. But how could he see where he was going with a stiff upper beak in the way? He ran into that iceberg. And directions were not always easy. 1, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, left. Where is everybody? He wondered. Tacky had trouble coming up with the proper costume, too. Those aren't cheer uniforms, are they? And his pom-poms were never quite right. Would this team ever have a chance to win the shiny blue bow ties? The penguins practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced until finally the day before the contest. 1, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, right. Stand up, sit down, say good night. Tacky got it right. The next morning, teams from all over the iceberg gathered for the great penguin cheering contest. Each team waited nervously to perform, but no team was more nervous than Tacky's. Could he do it right? Just one more time? The first team marched on stage. Bip, 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 rah. And the judges looked bored. Another team marched forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, sis, boom, ba. And then they backed off. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the judges yawned. A third team chanted, wave the pom-pom, hold it high, bow politely, say goodbye. But the judges snored. Finally, there was only one team left, Tacky's. With quivering beaks, they faced the sleeping audience and the snoring judges. This was it. Goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, perfect, and Tacky began. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're crying out loud. The audience gasped. They were startled by Tacky's loud voice. The odd bird had tripped over the tails of his Hawaiian shirt, and he had crashed belly down. His horrified teammates carried on. 1, 2, 3, right. Poor Tacky, now a bit muddled, pulled his sweater over his head. The sight of a headless penguin got the whole crowd laughing. Stand up, sit down, say good night. By now the crowd was on his feet begging for more. Bravo, that was great, another cheer. Tacky poked his head out. Another cheer? Well, if they insisted, he gave them a second cheer. 1, 2, 3, left, A, B, C, right, flop down, roll over, say what's for supper. The crowd roared, the judges slapped each other on the back, and even the other penguin teams clapped wildly. So Tacky led everyone in a third cheer. 1, 2, 3, yay, Rudy, toot, toot, hooray, high flippers, we're okay. Penguins everywhere gave high flippers. There was no question who wore the shiny blue bow ties home. Tacky was an odd bird, but a nice bird to have around. Now that we read Tacky's story, we are actually going to use Tacky's cheer, and we're going to follow it, just like last class where we were talking about sequencing, following the algorithm in each of the steps. We're going to pretend that's what this is, and we're going to pretend just like we're following code that we can follow along what he did with. Okay, so let's see what it was again. It was 1, 2, 3 left, ABC right, flop down, roll over, say what's for supper. So we're going to need a little bit of space to do this. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3 left, ABC right, flop down, roll over, say what's for supper. Okay, ready? Let's get started. 1, 2, 3 left, A, B, C, right, flop down, roll over, say what's for supper. Did it work? Were you able to follow that sequence? Maybe we should try it one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3 left, A, B, C right. Ready? 1, 2, 3 left, A, B, C right, flop down, roll over, say what's for supper. Yay, good job, kindergarten. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what we will be doing in Seesaw, some hopscotch coding. Here we are in Seesaw. Library Lesson 2, Hopscotch Coding. So let's go ahead and read the directions so we know what to do here. After watching the video, number 2 says click Add Response. Number 3, choose either your level 1, level 2, or level 3 on each of the 3 pages. You do not have to do all 3, but you certainly can if you want to. Number 4, use the Move tool to drag the arrow blocks onto the grid. You can also make it full screen as you work on your code so you have some more room. Add action cards to your code if you would like. Once you're finished, act it out. Stand up and follow the code that's on your screen. And if you have others with you, have them join in too. Then click the green check to send it to me so I can see your code. All right, let's click Add Response and see what this looks like. Okay, now this is level 1 here. So you can see level 1 is just a straight line of code here. You can see we have arrows here, so you get to decide if you want to go to the right or go to the left, just like we were doing in Tacky's cheer there, left and right. This would be crouching down, standing up, or you could even make that a pop up, a jump up. Then there's these fun action cards. We have spin, jump, clap, stomp, kick, and hands on head. So we can see here's our line where we're going to put our code. We have a start and a stop. So let's say I wanted to go to the right, then jump. To the left, spin, then I would stop. So if I were to actually act this out, what I would do is I would walk to the right 2 times, I would jump, I would walk to the left 2 times, I would spin, and then I would stop. So right, jump, left, spin, then you would stop. Okay, you can try as many different versions of that as you want. Let's take a look at level 2 here. Level 2, you're going to notice that it's a little bit trickier, okay? This is going to be longer code because it's on a grid. So you can decide how you want to do this, what direction you want to go in. Maybe you want to go right, down, clap, down, hands on head, stop. So notice you have a little bit more space here because you're working, and you can go in any direction that you want to. You could keep doing any of these lines. So if I were to follow this one, I would start, I would go right, down, clap, down, hands on head, stop. Okay, so you can use any of that grid there. Level 3 is also a grid as well, but you'll notice here that there are 3 new blocks that are repeat blocks. This one says repeat 2 times, repeat 3 times, repeat 4 times. So maybe if I wanted to go down, and then I wanted to do touch toes, I could say repeat 3 times and put it on top there. Now I'd go down, touch toes 1, touch toes 2, touch toes 3, right? You could get to do it 3 times. And then go to the right. And maybe I want to do a kick right here. And I can decide as many times. Maybe I want to do 4 kicks. To the right. And maybe I'll throw in 1 more spin here, but not put any repeats. Stop. So my code would say down, 3 toe touches, right, 4 kicks, right, spin, and stop. That one would be a pretty fun one. Now, you do not have to do all 3 of these. I was just demonstrating for you whatever one you're comfortable with. Level 1 is definitely the easiest, and 2 and 3 get a little bit harder. So just pick one of those and practice doing it. Act it out first, and then click that green check to send it to me. All right, everybody, I can't wait to see your code. Have so much fun.